your God. The New American Version also has, I am your God, but with an accompanying footnote which states the term the Almighty, traditional interpretation, but an incorrect reading or rendering of the Hebrew divine title Shaddai, which is of uncertain meaning. Looking then to an English translation of the Hebrew text provided me by a rabbi friend, it in fact reads, I am El Shaddai, with an accompanying footnote, which also explains that this name of God remains unknown. The Jewish Midrash, however, understands this name of God to mean this: the God who says, enough. The people of the world have gone on long enough, acting like children. It's time to demand righteous behavior of them, to proclaim that certain things are permitted and others are forbidden. God's covenant then, which he establishes with Abraham through circumcision, marks Abraham as committed to teaching humanity what a God-ordained life can mean. How many of us teach others what a God-ordained life can mean? After all, we too are in a covenant with God by virtue of our baptisms. The second English phrase in that first sentence of tonight's reading from Genesis is also translated differently by different editors. Ours reads, walk in my presence and be blameless, as does the New American Bible. The King James Version has, be pleasing before me and blameless. And the Jewish translation, to which I referred a moment ago, has, walk in my ways and be blameless. I'm not a Hebrew reader, but the rabbis have told me that the Hebrew here literally is, walk before me. To walk before God means what? It means to condition one's entire range of experience by an awareness of the presence of God. That is, to let all of our actions be done in the knowledge that we do them in the presence of God. How many of us can say that we do that? And then finally, the word blameless. Some editors translate that Hebrew word as perfect, which they admit is often understood by people as an unrealistic demand. We might better understand it to mean behold as a perfect circle. In other words, God is saying, come to me with your whole self, the parts of which you are proud and the parts of which you are ashamed and wish were different. And thus do you and I approach God during Great Lent with our whole selves. Certainly not proclaiming our blamelessness, for sure, but again bringing our whole selves, most particularly our faults, but also our merits, asking that our faults be forgiven and our merits be reoriented in God's sight to a greater union with him. Note also in tonight's reading that immediately after hearing these words, Abraham throws himself on the ground. He prostrates, as you and I will prostrate in just a moment. Prostration is a sign of awe and submission in the presence of our Lord. May you and I live that awe and submission in the presence of the Lord for the rest of Lent, as well as always.